What you looking at?
This is Mark Bell from Super Training Gym. Super Training Gym.
Ew.
The strongest gym in the West, and that is Fat Dan.
That is disgusting. But those are some nice kicks in the background. I wonder who's wearing those fart-proof sweatpants.
Oh yeah, those sweatpants, they'll trap the farts right in because they're tight down at the ankles.
They're great for first dates, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if you fart at 8 a.m. when you have those things on, at 8 p.m. when you take them off,
Then it's still
the
there.
fart will be unleashed,
But
or the
nobody-
various farts that you did throughout the entire day will be unleashed. You notice?
But nobody around you will know.
Oh, look at those nipples. Look at that double chin I got going there. Why don't you say something, Mike?
So we're debating, when you're skinny, you have one chin. When you get a little chubby or fluffy, you get two chins. And then when you get to a certain level, it just becomes a what?
A meat neck.
A meat neck. So I think we have
Yeah.
too many meat necks here in the gym. So we're putting the whole gym on a diet.
Yeah, it's like a meatloaf thing going on just right underneath the right underneath the chin.
Oh my
So
God.
this is how you do a double bodyweight bench press. I believe this is kind of how you do it.
Why are they smiling? Like they're not taking it serious at all.
I think they're smiling because it's their favorite exercise.
He's very excited right there,
Yeah.
Marcus. That's Filipino Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Way too happy to be
I
bench
think-
pressing.
I think when you come out of the closet, Mike, you'll be pretty excited as well.
Coming out live
Look
on
at Fat
YouTube.
Dan taking this all so serious. What's he doing? And why are you poking at his
Fat Dan,
fluffernutter body there?
Fat Daniel, if you didn't notice, guys, he only has 13-inch arms. So it's helping him try to build up his triceps by bringing his grip in a little bit on the bench and then also get his elbows
of
in front of the bar.
Speaking of triceps, look at Bryce. Jesus.
The synthol master himself showing
Oh
up.
my God. He's got some pipes on him. Got some guns on him there.
Bryce recently benched 374 pounds at his last meet.
Sometimes you're going to see him without wrist wraps in these videos because we always take his shit and try to hide it or wing it across the gym as much as we possibly
Sometimes you're
can.
going to see him without a leg as well.
Yeah. We try to fuck with him as much as we can.
He's only 21, even though he looks like he's 50, so he's easy to fuck
Why
with.
does he look so old?
It's his beard and, I don't know, his 20-inch arms.
He went through some war or something.
This is the closest Dan's ever going to get to me. I'm never going to go through this experience again.
Yeah, why did you?
It
run
was
this so
gross.
close?
My elbow was hurting, and he was the closest, grossest guy.
What are you guys rocking there? You rocking some Omar Isuf clothing there?
Yeah, that's that Rascal Apparels.
Damn.
Old school.
Is that what's it called? What's the guy in there? Sandow.
Mr. Sandow. Mr.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Yeah, what a wonderful singlet he's wearing. Kind of
It's
shows
hot.
off the balls.
Yeah, so Slingshot's coming with a singlet like that soon.
Accentuates the nutsack.
Yeah, there's no legs, just nuts.
There's Bryce going with 2 plates there, warming up. He hit a 374 or 380-ish
Yeah,
bench
374 bench.
in the last meet. Oh, he's got that pec popping
Wow.
going on.
Oh my
Flexing.
God. Mr. Synthol.
There goes Silent Mike.
There's probably only like one plate on there.
Silent Mike's been experiencing a little bit of shoulder pain. So what are you doing here? You're trying to get through some of these workouts?
Yeah. So for bench, I've been going heavy once a week and then light once a week. But since everything's a little beat up, we're supposed to go heavier and heavier, kind of peaking towards a meet that I'm doing. But I ended up just having to back off a little bit. So I think I handled 315 or something for a few on this day.
Got Kara Weston going here with it looks like 245 or something like that. It's pretty remarkable. I think she weighs about 145 or
Raw.
so. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn awesome. She's been lifting for a long time, and the last meet she squatted over 500 pounds. Somebody that's been lifting for decades, just like myself. There's
Decades.
Bryce trying to cheat.
Why is so much Bryce in this fucking video?
Yeah, I don't know. Trying to give the guy some street cred, I think.
It's just that beard, maybe.
Look
Maybe
at
our editor liked his beard.
The guy behind him looks just like him.
Yeah, they're both gross.
Yeah.
Both dumb beards.
They both look like sex offenders to me.
You can find them on naughtyneighbors.com.
Yeah. Something like that. We got a lot of these guys are doing some of the guys came off at meet, so they're doing some multiple repetitions for multiple sets. A lot of times we'll do about 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps. Kind of depends on the week, depends on what we're doing. You got Filipino Thunder going with his legs up. He's trying to let out those farts during the bench press, doing a Larson press.
He's also got a meet coming up, so I think he's just, for a light day, instead of making himself set up fully, tighten up his low back, and push heavy weights, he just went with his feet up, make himself underload a little
Austin
bit.
Baumgarten going with the Doe Rising bench press there. Looks like bread squirting out of his shirt.
Pillsbury bench press.
Jesus Christ.
Who's the spotter? Who's that handsome devil
Oh,
making a
yeah.
cameo in his own video?
Yeah, look at that. Look at those fancy shorts. Working out in $300 shorts. But Austin Baumgarten's getting ready to do a meet around here as well. Same meet Silent Mike is doing. I think it's December 5th, right, at Midtown Strength and Conditioning. It's a USAPL meet, drug-tested meet. If I show up over there, are they going to test me?
They'll test you at the door. So there's.
Fattest arms in the game.
Are we supposed to be listening to you jabber around?
Yeah, I think I'm just talking shit. Oh.
There's no admissions fee at the meet, but there is drug testing at the door.
Is that a shadow or is that sweat?
That's sweating. You haven't even worked out.
I already tried to lie about tearing my pec and nobody cared. See the arm shaking in a little bit? Got the Fat Dan flabby arm syndrome going a little bit. How about 10 more?
Whoa.
Speeding it up now.
Oh, 185. I underestimated you.
Just testing out the old pec. Banged out sets of 10 on this day. Used some slingshot. Went without some slingshot.
Just on the path to rehabs.
Some shit like that.
Try to make me go to rehab.
You know, people talk about rehabbing stuff. I'm not a big fan unless you're coming off of a surgery. I don't really think you rehab stuff. I think you just wait till it feels better and then start going and use pain as your guide. If it hurts too bad to do it, then it's not worth it. Don't fucking go through with it. Just wait longer until it feels better.
There was Bryce with, I think, about 335 pounds or so.
Got Juan going with some raw bench pressing.
Look at those pecs.
God damn, look at how red that face is.
Matches his shirt and his elbow sleeves.
Yeah. The Silent Mike, what are you doing for this meet? I noticed you've you laid off some of the caffeine, and then you're introducing caffeine as the meet gets closer. What do you got going on? You got some secrets going on leading
Yeah.
this meet?
Top secret secrets.
We talk a lot of shit during our training session.
Basically, not only did I choose Jeremy Hamilton because he's strong as shit and he's smart as shit, but he has a similar, I think, mindset that I do, where you just try to lift really clean, lift really fast, and kind of let the volume.
Jeremy Hamilton has a similar mindset to you? You mean he's dancing just to get Instagram likes and views?
He hasn't learned that yet, but eventually.
I can't picture him doing that. I think you guys are pretty opposite, actually.
Eventually, he'll learn that, and he'll learn fart jokes. Will get you a long way in life, but until then.
And some dick jokes.
Yeah.
He could use some dick jokes in his life.
Maybe. Canadians are too nice, I think, to joke about dick. But in terms of maybe training style, we're calm, or I like to be calm. I tried to cut out the caffeine for like 6 or 7 weeks until I really, quote unquote, needed it. Oh my!
Some old school wrestling moves.
What are you doing to Shaq?
Killing baby Shaq, trying to help him stretch out his shoulder.
And what kind of pants is he wearing?
I don't know. Free ones, I think.
Everybody that comes in the gym ends up getting some hand-me-downs, and so I like to call out everyone when they're wearing free shit. Not that I
Look at
paid
these
for any of my
guys
shit.
all
but
wearing the slingshot, trying to represent, trying to help me make some money.
I just want to make sure we're clear real quick. He's using the red Mad Dog, by the way. That's not a normal.
Getting called out, the double ply.
Contraband. He's got a fucking contraband fucking slanger on.
There's random
Did
prototypes.
he have that made himself? What the fuck is that? Where did that come from?
He felt bad benching in a black one. He didn't want to be segregated.
Look at this guy benching with his feet up again.
Look at that chin. See, that's double chin, and then Fat Dan, we go into meat neck.
Yeah. Fat Dan has publicly said, "Oh, here I am flirting with Silent Mike's girlfriend."
What is she doing on there? Who invited her to the gym?
So many people watching just said, "Silent Mike has a girlfriend?" What
Just
am I supposed to do with all these dick pics he sent me?
Just to cover up my boyfriend. Back to 225. I'm moving up today.
Yep. Working them weights.
Maybe a month or so, 3 weeks after the meet.
Yeah, I did tear it slightly. I kind of looked at it. I did a pose down in the mirror the other day, and
That gave you your
a
answers.
little chunk rolled up, but nothing too bad. I think my body will be able to handle it.
You've done worse, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I'll be totally fine. What?
What are these guys talking about? Our whole gym is just a bunch of perverts.
Sex and sets? I don't know what's going on here.
Juan taking 405 or so, I think, in the slanger. Nice long pause. Pretty clean lift.
Yeah, Casey benched really well on this day, too. I think he went up around 4 plates.
I saw him blow up 400 for
And he's
single.
got those fucking long-ass arms.
Daddy long arms.
Yeah.
Casey's probably about 6'4".
He's huge.
Pretty tall, pretty long.
What do you learned from doing some of the stuff with Jeremy Hamilton?
I just learned
How do you do in a lot of sets, multiple
Yeah,
sets?
yeah. Just like patience. Not things I didn't know before, but things I wouldn't have myself do, maybe.
Yeah, you
know?
wouldn't have normally just done as many sets as you possibly
Right.
could until you died, and that's kind of what he has you do sometimes.
Right. I might prescribe that for somebody else, but I would just probably never do it to myself because
Yeah.
it hurts so bad. So doing 10 sets of 3 at 70%, you can still get stronger. Handling sub-maximal weights for a very long time, but still, when you have to turn it on, hitting PRs. 315.
Yeah, 315 felt good. Still no pain. Got Bryce cheating now, getting into the Mad Dog with 385 pounds.
Should make
See
cake
what
of it
happens
since
to
his
him.
raw bench is around here. Oh, maybe he's
Ooh.
tired. What's he doing with those squishy arms? Why doesn't he just press this up faster?
You
That's a
can
little
see
better.
as he's pressing, he ends up with some balance issues there. You know, having the one leg, he's trying to figure out exactly where the best spot is to have that one leg to try to keep everything intact as best he can. When he goes and competes in the Paralympics, he'll actually be seat belted down to the bench.
I think the leg's straight out, right?
Which I think will actually help, but it'll be quite a bit different than what he's used to.
Yeah, they have their own set of rules that are actually pretty strict and their own standards for powerlifting.
A lot of guys throwing on the slinger towards the end of their workout just to get in a little extra work. We like to throw it in basically just for 3 extra sets. Sometimes we do more reps with it. Sometimes we'll just do singles with it. Kind of depends on how we feel.
Yeah, it depends on your goal for the day.
Casey going with like 405 for some reps.
Yeah, I think he ends up getting 3 or so.
But I think what Casey did in this day is he worked up to 405 without the slingshot. Then he threw the slingshot on and did a couple sets of triples with about the same weight.
So simple.
Simple.
There's no crazy way to
Keep
add
it simple, have fun with it, but just make sure that you're not just doing singles with it and not just trying to always just bench more weight with it. Try to be a little bit more creative than that.
So, how you get big arms is you eat a lot of ice and lettuce, iceberg, and it just all goes, it's all water, see? And you could get 20s that way.
Where'd you learn this?
Lots of sources, mainly Mark, because his arms, you know, that's his secret. But, you know.
Yeah, the ladies.
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder. She's so serious, too. She's not even dicking around.
That's
Normally
great.
when we're posing, we're
And
messing
there's
around.
just that little tiny dent. I wouldn't even call it a tricep. It's just a little dent.
The Swole Patrol.
This is the bodybuilding section of the gym. We're actually thinking about getting rid of it for obvious reasons.
We're mostly getting rid of the people involved in it, not necessarily the equipment.
Right now I'm talking about how they're not going to be able to fly away because their asses are too big. They can flap those wings as much as they want. They're not going anywhere. Flightless birds, like a turkey.
Oh, superset.
Speaking of turkey, Thanksgiving's coming up, Silent Mike.
You just spit your gum all over the voiceover.
Oh my God.
I love turkey. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday all time. We bench in the morning and then we eat all afternoon and watch football.
Yeah,
what
but
could be
it's
better?
Not even about turkey though, is it?
No, it's about stuffing.
It's about all the sides.
Yeah, it's about stuffing and dessert.
And what about your plate? You try to have everything all separate on your plate and then it ends up just being all smashed together.
But that's the
doesn't
best part is the sandwich afterwards. You can just shove it all in bread and whatever ends up in there. It's a good sandwich.
it? Eat a lot of food on Thanksgiving. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from Super Training Gym. Later, bitch.
Bitch.